Hello, YouTube. You might be wondering what I'm planning on doing with all this food that I just bought just now from this Dollar Tree right here. You see, we're at the Dollar Tree out in, I think it's Port St. John. But anyhow, I decided I would try to buy some food from Dollar Tree to cook up over the next couple days while I'm still out here working at the Cape. I am back here working. You can see I'm in my uniform still, just got off work. It is getting ready to get dark. I was going to run out to a park and use the electricity that's free at the park, but they close it at sunset, and it is almost 7 p.m. right now. So I'm thinking maybe 30 minutes to an hour at the most, and the sun goes down. They might even come before then to shut the gate, so I didn't want to be stuck in there. So I decided, you know what the heck, I'll just stay out here at Dollar Tree and cook right out here in the Dollar Tree parking lot. There's Wi-Fi access here, so I can chill while I'm eating. And the food's fresh, you know, I just bought it. I'm not going to cook all this up at once, but what I'm planning on making today is kind of interesting. I'm going to try out the Jennifer's Garden all-natural asparagus spears. So this is from Dollar Tree. I've never had their asparagus, but it says, I guess you can make this and wrap it with bacon. Fast and easy recipe. Now, I'm not going to do that, although I do have asparagus and bacon. What I was planning on doing is actually stretching this out over 2 or 3 days, and then I've got leftover food here for other days. I bought this luncheon loaf made with chicken, pork, and baked ham seasoning with smoke flavor added, which I'll be saving for whenever I want like a quick breakfast or brunch, lunch. I've got some white turkey for making a special dish if I can, you know, need some meat. I also got some chunk chicken with the flip lid, although I need to wash that off. But that's just some meat, some protein, and of course I have a dozen medium eggs. Grade A medium-sized eggs from Dollar Tree. Everything here was $1 each, so all this was $7. You cannot beat that. I also got some Jimmy Dean Heat and Serve original sausage links, 6 of them. So this should last me, actually. I'm thinking about 2 or 3 days. I mean, if you could include this and this, I could probably eat for 5 or 6 days on all this. So it's like $1 a day. Well, $1 a meal, maybe not the whole day. But what we're going to try to make tonight is actually just a hodgepodge. I'm going to fry up like half of the turkey bacon. That's my plan. I'm going to take the turkey bacon and fry it up on our butane stove. I called it a propane stove the other day, but I meant butane stove. So I'm going to take half of this and fry that up, and then once that fries up, I'm going to throw in the asparagus and fry that up. Then I'm going to toss in a couple of eggs, and that's going to be my dinner with the rice, which I already have cooked. I use the inverter cooking system here. I know it's a mess, but I have the rice down there already pre-cooked on my drive home from home, which is Dollar Tree tonight. I'm not going to plan to stay here all night, but this is where I'm parked right now. So the rice is already cooked. All I need to do is cook this main course here, and then we should have a decent dinner and leftovers for tomorrow. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a moment. As you can see, I have the butane system set up in the van on my little table, and we're getting ready to cook right here. People driving up. But anyhow, I did notice something interesting. This Jenny O turkey bacon says it's already fully cooked. That is actually very interesting, because that means this turkey bacon could be eaten without cooking it further. Matter of fact, you could just heat it up using solar, so maybe we'll try that one day. But I'm going to go ahead and heat it up on the butane system. And what's cool about the butane stove is once you turn on the heat, it pretty much heats up really fast. So let me go ahead and get that going. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Okay, that should be lit and on. You can see it is lit. Oops. Move it over a little bit so I got a little bit more room here. You'll notice I try to keep the overhang lip from hanging out over the canister, because then it can get super hot. And, you know, when the heat transfers on it, it could cause an explosion. So you got to kind of watch out for that. I am going to go ahead and toss the bacon on there. Uh-oh, I'm spilling bacon all over myself. I hope it's not leaking bacon juice. It's not even real bacon. It's turkey bacon. So I am going to go ahead and take the turkey bacon out and attempt to Fry it up. So it's like about 4 pieces or so. Let me go ahead and split them up so we can fry them each up. The bacon is frying up rather nicely. I'm just gonna spread it out and let it kind of cook up evenly here. So the package came with 8 pieces. We're cooking half of it, so we got 4. That's 50 cents worth of bacon right there. And it's not pork bacon, it is turkey bacon, which we've had before and it's pretty good actually. So I'm gonna flip this over and see they've already added some fat to, that's what we're gonna use to kind of fry up the asparagus. So the bacon is cooking up very nicely. Listen to that sizzle. Look at all the smoke getting on the roof of my vehicle. I suppose I could put a lid on it, and that may help to let it all cook a little bit faster. So let me go ahead and get the lid. Just put it on here and kind of let it sizzle and cook just for a few minutes. Turn the heat down a little bit because I don't want it to burn yet. And we'll let it cook for a few more seconds. Alright, the bacon is pretty much done at this point. So what I'm going to do is burn my car here. I'm going to remove this before it gets even more crispy than it is. It's already cooked. And I'm going to turn the heat off or down. I really need to add the asparagus. So let me get that asparagus and toss that in there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now, while I prepare the asparagus, and then we'll toss that right in there and turn the heat back on. This is my first time using Dollar Tree asparagus, so we're gonna try this out. It is Jennifer's asparagus, supposedly all natural, so it actually looks pretty good. It's nice and green looking, not all brown and weird. So it is heating up on our bacon, leftover bacon fat. Well, it's not even real bacon fat, but it is fat that they put in with the turkey bacon. And what I'm going to do is just let this kind of steam up a little bit. So we'll put the lid on it. Oh, we'll turn it on right now. Turn the heat on. Yeah, it's a little bit cramped in here cooking, but doable. So I got the heat going on right now. The butane is burning. I'm going to turn it onto medium. And then what I'm going to do is just, basically we're just heating everything up. I'm going to let this all sit and kind of brown a little bit. And to help it cook faster, I am going to put the lid on it. And just let this kind of cook up. You know, I'm wondering if I should add some badia. I think I'm going to do that. So let me toss in some badia. Alright, thanks to the magic of badia. We're gonna, oh, I can smell the asparagus. It smells really good. So we're gonna toss some badia here all over everything. Doesn't that look pretty? A little bit of badia. And then we're gonna stir it a little bit. Here's some asparagus. Cooked with badia and turkey bacon fat. And to complete everything, we're going to toss in a couple eggs. Yeah. Doesn't that sound good? I know it's a weird dinner, but hey. I like it. I think the asparagus is pretty much done. I don't think you want to overcook veggies. What I'm going to do is cover it and let it sit for about 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute. Turn the heat off. And cover this and let it sit, simmer there, and get thoroughly heated up. And we're going to shut everything off. And let that cool down a little bit. And we'll put it on a plate. Get our egg. And And that should be like our really good dinner here tonight. Alright, it's been a few seconds, maybe about 30 seconds or so. About a minute or less. And I am going to scoop out the... Look at all this nice... Doesn't that look so good? That is Dollar Tree asparagus. And you know what? I think, depending on how this turns out, I might do this again. This is like really good. It says it's all natural. Look at that. That looks so good. So what I'm going to do at this point is add a little bit of oil back here, but we know it kind of splatters, so we don't want to add too much. And I'm going to try to put the eggs on it and let the eggs cook. So I may do this with the heat off for now and put the lid on it, and that way it doesn't splatter everywhere. So let me do that. I know it's a weird way to cook, but we're in the car and I don't want splattering everywhere all over my car. So I'm going to put in some of this cheap Golden Chef Dollar Tree vegetable oil. So we're going to put in just a little bit, crack our eggs, put the lid on it, and let it cook. Here then is our oil, which I'm just going to put a little bit on here. The idea is to just coat that. I think that should be enough. That's probably what, about half a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon of oil. And we're gonna slish that around and coat everything. Let me put the oil up. I really do need to clean out little Blue. She's kind of becoming a mess. So we're gonna go ahead and slish that around. It's not boiling and going crazy because it cools down, you know, like right when you turn the heat off, this thing kind of cools down pretty fast. Because the pan itself is very thin. But I think I got it pretty evenly coated now. Coat that little spot right there. I don't know if you can see that little dry spot. There we go. We got the whole thing coated. Now that we got the whole thing coated, I am going to go ahead and get my 2 eggs, pop them in there, and then cover it and then cook it up. Alright, sadly I wasn't able to show myself cracking the eggs open, but we are going to go ahead and turn the heat on. Turn on the gas. Make sure the flame is lit. Flame is indeed lit. And I'm going to try to slish it around to this side. I don't know. Let it sit kind of like that. And before it starts to bubble here, I'm going to put the lid on it. And turn the heat down a little bit so it doesn't burn on one side. And the plan is just to let it, you can look a little bit, but I don't want it to splatter everywhere. You can see the egg is indeed cooking. But I'm going to let it sit and cook thoroughly before attempting to flip it. And we're going to turn it off. Because we saw last time, if I left it open, it splattered everywhere, all over my vehicle. So this wind guard helps to also act as a splatter guard. I don't know if you can see all the bits of oil and stuff that have splattered on it previously. So it's a way to control the splatter. And I think we're good now. Take a look. Yep, looking pretty cooked. So at this point, what I'm going to do is pause for a little bit because I can't film what I'm doing, but I'm going to open this up, flip the egg. Well, I'm going to turn the heat off. So let's turn the heat off. That'll disengage right there. Turn the heat off. Let it sit for a little bit to reduce the splatter. See, it's kind of splattering a little bit. And I am going to go ahead and it's going to take 2 hands here to flip it. So I'm going to try, well, maybe I can do it with one. It's not splattering so much right now, which is good. And I'm going to take my spatula, I guess, and attempt a flip bow. I'm going to flip the eggs here. Oh, you know, before I flip the egg, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think we're going to go ahead and add some more of our Badia. Yeah, our magical Badia flavoring. If I can find it. Into my Badia. Let me look for the Badia and add the Badia to the eggs. I decided to use the Badia today on the eggs instead of fish sauce. So we're just going to sprinkle it just a little bit on to make it look pretty, you know. I think food looks pretty when it's got like different colors and different chunks of stuff floating around on it. Doesn't it just look better than if I had the eggs plain? Alright, so we've got that done. And now we're going to flip the egg over and let it cook. So this is kind of controlling. I know this is not the best way to cook stuff, turning the heat on and off, but it is a way for me to control splatter inside the vehicle. So I flipped that over, and I'm going to try to flip over this side. Alright, so it is flipped over now at this point. Egg is indeed flipped, and what I'm going to do is cover it before I turn the heat on, because we don't want it to splatter everywhere. Turn on engage, and make sure it is lit. It is lit. So now it's heating up really fast. That's the thing about butane. Probably even the same with propane. As soon as you turn on that flame, it's instantaneously hot. Yeah, I'm used to things taking a while to heat up. Like when you use electric, it takes a while for the heat to heat things up, but the flame literally heats it up within seconds. Well, not even seconds, it's like as soon as you flip it on, it's hot. So at this point right now, the rice is, the egg, yeah, it's pretty much, I'm sure, done. So what I'm gonna do, insert view and everything, yeah, it was like just a couple seconds. I'm gonna flip it off, that disengages it, I'm gonna shut it off, and let this kind of sit and continue to simmer and cook. Probably for about a minute or so before we open it up, but it should be cooked by now. And I do want it a little bit crispy. I don't like the egg. Well, sometimes when I cook egg, I like to have the yolk, a little bit of the yolkiness, but today I want it to be kind of crispy, crunchy a little bit. Not burnt, but almost semi-burnt. You know, the outer portion, so that's the plan right there. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on our serving plate here, get our rice, and then have a taste test. See what this tastes like. Let me go ahead and put the serving together for you guys. Actually, for me. For those of you wondering how I kind of organize and keep things somewhat under control while cooking, you can see I've scooped up the eggs. That's what the food looks like. It's just sitting on my dashboard. And I took the pan and just set it right here, right beside me for a minute and let it cool down. I am going to put all this up and get the table ready and prepare the food just to show you what the final product looks like. So stay tuned. Alright, my butane stove is just sitting there cooling down a little bit. Just letting it cool down. Hopefully it's not melting everything here. I'm cooking these eggs. I haven't cooked yet. But you can see we got our little table here. This table was really a nice addition to Little Blue 2. And if I get another van, I might even do something like that to it again, because it's nice to have this little console table here. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop up our rice, which was cooked on our ride over here. So it's still hot. This whole meal, I think, took me, maybe about 10 minutes or less to prepare. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of an elaborate meal for 10 minutes. Not bad. I know it's an unconventional dinner, but look at that. We got rice. We have bacon. I'll set this aside for now. But we have rice, we have bacon, we have eggs, and we have asparagus. It's almost like breakfast except for the asparagus part, but I guess some people eat asparagus for breakfast. So without further ado, let's do a little taste test. I know some of you are freaking out with me eating with a spoon and not a fork, but I'm Asian. What do you expect? Isn't this crazy? Yeah. Somebody was mentioning about OCD people. Look at this. I got the asparagus, and I got a spoon, and I'm scooping it up instead of using a fork. Let's have a taste. Oh my goodness. The $1 asparagus from Dollar Tree really is good. It tastes like real asparagus, so I'm assuming it's real asparagus. And the badia really brings out the flavor. That really is good asparagus. Well now, I just found something else I like from Dollar Tree, and it's green. I know they don't have a fresh section, but we know their frozen vegetables are pretty good. But having access to asparagus, which I love, this is really, really good. It really is good. I could live off asparagus and rice. Let's try a piece of the turkey bacon, which we just cut with a spoon. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. It doesn't taste like real bacon. When I say real, I mean pork bacon. But it does taste good. You can taste some of the bacon. They added some bacon flavor. I wonder if they took bacon and took the flavoring out. Crushed it or something. Threw some in here for flavoring. It has a little bit of a smoky taste to it. Texturally, it tastes a little bit like paper almost. When I say taste, I don't really mean taste, but it feels almost like eating rough cardboard. But it does taste good. It tastes like, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say it tastes like bacon, but it tastes good. Definitely has a smoked bacon flavor to it. But I wouldn't say it tastes exactly like bacon. Mmm. This is quite the dinner for me. Let's see, the asparagus was what, $1 by itself? Bacon 50 cents. Eggs probably another 10 cents. Yeah. 20 cents for the eggs, there's 2 of them. And then the rice probably about 10-20 cents maybe. So this is a dinner for under $2, probably about $1.50 or so. And I'd say a very filling dinner, very good. Look at that. I even got some runny eggs. The body really, really enhances the flavor. It really is good. Would I make a meal like this again? Most definitely. This is the kind of stuff I normally eat at the house, although I normally don't get turkey bacon. I prefer real bacon. But, you know, this is Dollar Tree. There was one time I saw Dollar Tree had real bacon. Just a small serving. But I haven't seen it again. So, you know, I was originally hoping to get some of the hamburger meat that was wrapped in bacon. You know, they sell the hamburger patty wrapped in bacon. But this particular Dollar Tree here didn't have it. So, had to go with the turkey bacon, and it's actually not that bad. Mmm. Really not bad at all. You know what? I'm gonna do a little treat for you guys. Some people have asked me to do like mukbang videos. I guess I could do a mukbang. Let me try to set up a mukbang. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign out right now. I know I probably should have showed you the food beforehand, but you have to watch this one. It's a 2-part. Me cooking it up, starting to eat it, and then deciding, you know what? I'll make a mukbang. So let me go ahead and do that. Till next time, everyone, I'll see you in just a little bit. Bye-bye now.